Good morning friends. Today I am covering the fourth lecture of the subject dark and the unit is first unit. In the previous three lectures we have discussed about algorithms, pseudocodes, algorithm and the technology, and then we covered one sorting algorithm which is basically the insertion sort, and the detailed analysis of insertion sort we have covered. Now in this lecture we will continue the topic of asymptotic notations, and then after that we will cover the topic of merge sort and its analysis. Okay. Now earlier you noticed that in insertion sort, when we discussed the insertion sort, you noticed that in best case, when we were analyzing the insertion sort on the basis of best case, we get an equation an plus b. And when we were analyzing the insertion sort on the basis of worst case, we get the equation an square plus bn plus c, and on the basis of that I told you that the order of growth of insertion sort in best case is of order n, and in the worst case it is of order of n square. That is, the running time in best case is better compared to the worst case, and these are basically known as the order of growth, you can see. And for that we use the notation that in the best case we were using the notation of theta of n, and in the worst case we were using the notation of theta of n square. And I have not discussed about these. These notations are basically asymptotic notations, and in this lecture we will discuss about these notations. Okay. Now before understanding this, first we will try to understand why, when we analyze an algorithm, why we basically measure its order of growth or growth of function. We can say the order of growth of the running time of an algorithm basically provides two important information. First is it gives a simple characterization of the algorithm's efficiency. That is, how efficient an algorithm is. It is told by the order of growth. And second, it allows us to compare. The relative performance of alternative algorithms. If there are multiple algorithms for the same problem, for example, if we talk about for sorting, if there are multiple algorithms, let's say there is one is the merge sort, one is the insertion sort, other is the heap sort, then the order of growth allow us to compare the relative performance of alternative algorithms. That is, which algorithm is more efficient compared to the other in terms of time. Although we sometimes determine the exact running time of an algorithm as we did for insertion sort, the extra precision is not usually worth the effort of computing it. For large enough inputs, you can say the multiplicative constants and lower order terms of an exact running time are dominated by the effects of the input cell itself. That is, in this you can say, for example, we told that the worst case running time for insertion sort was this, then here A, B, C are constant and n is basically input. Then you can say, if we take the large input, then in the large input these multiplicative constants are basically have very less importance and we can ignore them, and for large value it is dominated by n square, and we are saying that the running time of algorithm is order of n square. Okay. Now what do you mean by asymptotic efficiency of an algorithm, or what do you mean by asymptotic notation? You can understand this. Okay. You can say, when we look at input sizes large enough, to make the order of growth of the running time relevant, we are studying the asymptotic efficiency of algorithms. That is, we are concerned with how the running time of algorithm, that is how the running time of algorithm increases with the size of the input in the limit as the although also you can say as the size of the input increases without limit. An algorithm that is asymptotically more efficient will be the best choice for all but very small inputs. Okay. Now coming to the asymptotic notation, the topic of asymptotic notations, that is you can say if we talk about asymptotic notations, they are basically depending upon the working in the subject. You can say they have designed basically 5 types of notations which are basically used to understand the efficiency of the algorithm. That is, earlier we noticed that when we study any algorithm, we can analyze on the basis of 3 situations. One is the best case, other is the average case, and last one was the worst case. For example, if I told you that when we are sorting the elements in ascending order, we say that the worst case is if the array is reverse sorted, best case is when the array is already sorted, and average case is in between them. The best case provides us the best time of the algorithm, that is what is the minimum time which algorithms will take. Worst case tells us for a given input what is the maximum time an algorithm is taking. For example, we talk about insertion sort, the maximum time was of order of n square, and average is between best and worst case. Depending upon these cases, basically there are 5 types of notations which we will be studying, which basically covers the best case, that is you can say the lower bound, that is the minimum time. Also covers the worst case, which basically tells the upper bound or maximum time, and the average case, which is basically the average time we are talking about. So depending upon this, there are basically 5 types of notations which we will be covering, and these notations are, the first notation is basically known as the big O notation, denoted by, you can say big O, be represented by big O. Second is the big omega notation, which is denoted by omega. Third is the theta notation, which is denoted by theta. Fourth is the small o notation, denoted by small o, and last one is basically small omega notation, small omega notation, denoted by small omega, that is W. These are basically 5 types of notations which are used to define the upper bound of the algorithm, that is the maximum time, lower bound, and average bound. These are basically denoted by, these are basically covered by these notations. Now, first we will discuss the big O notation. Okay. First we will discuss about the big O.